Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So where do I begin today? I just want to say thank you for 400 subscribers. Finally hit that 400 mark. So now we're pushing for 500. Can we get the 500 subscribers by the end of the month? That's what I'm pushing for. So first, thank you for everyone who subscribed, everyone who watches my channels, likes, comments. Thank you to everyone out there. Alright, so NIO. NIO. That's a stock that I've been trading and looking at the past couple days. What I have up right now is NIO right at the moment. I'm on the 5-minute chart. This is yesterday's open and close, and then pre-market. After hours last night, and then pre-market. Man, this thing just gapped up like crazy. So I marked out 52.73. So that is pre-market high, and that's all-time high. So that's a big number. Basically the quarter, on the quarter 52.75. I'll get to these arrows after, but this is basically what happened intraday, and I had two positions. And let me just get right to them, and then I'll explain. Alright, so I'm just going to start the recap, and then I'm going to pause it just to show you guys what's going on here. Alright, so the bell hasn't rang yet. It's 9:28. There's a couple minutes. Like I said, the 52.73 and the 5-minute time frame is all-time high and pre-market high. So that's the number I'm looking at. This to the bottom right, this position I'm holding, $61 call. I had bought this. This is a YOLO play. I paid $5 for this call. I bought it yesterday. And I bought it $61 call. I bought it at $2.50 for $5. And I just said I'm just gonna hold it. I had like $6 or $7 of buying power left over, and because this thing was so bullish yesterday, and there's so much talk and hype about it with the electric vehicle market, and this is a Chinese electric vehicle company, I decided, you know what, let me spend $5. I found $61 call. I jumped in it and I held it to the end of the day. It expired today, so I had 1 day left when I bought it. Then this happened pre-market, and so now we're up until this point. Pre-market, I'm down 50%. So $2.50. I'm down 50% in this call. So half the call. I'm down half of the call of $5, $2.50. I'm just waiting for the market to open. So here's what happens. So 9:30. Right, the market opens, and of course for NIO, I don't know if it's because there's so much movement going on the Webull platform that the option chain just doesn't load right away. Because I go and check another stock. I think I check on Apple, and Apple is already loaded. You can see here. So look what's happening here. So this thing opened and it's selling off. A lot of people got in pre-market. There might be a lot of shorts. Well, people that are trying to short this. And there's probably also people who got in short pre-market. And so this is going to start to squeeze those guys out, because they think it's going to sell off hard. And it just doesn't happen. So right off the rip, on the 5-minute, this thing's just straight bullish. Now we're a minute and 20 seconds in. Still no option chain. I'm just going to let this play out. So I have the level 2s up on my phone because that's where I watch it. There's no room on the screen for me to put the level 2 until I get a new setup. I'll eventually get a new setup. I'll get a bigger monitor and I'll have the level 2s up. But just like I thought, this thing just starts to run. And just to think, this thing was like at $8, I don't know, a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago. Now it's just holding highs and just making new highs. Now we're 2 minutes into the opening bell and there's still no option chain up. Keep hitting the refresh. And this really screws you up because what if you want to get in right now? The first 1, 2, 3 minutes are really important candles. And if you think you can make a profit on those first 1, 2, or 3 minutes and you can't get into a contract, then I don't know, just kind of crazy. Maybe I need to think about in the future about going to a different platform. Maybe Interactive Brokers when I do make my account bigger, or when I add to this account. So Apple's option chain is loaded. Then I go back to NIO. And there we go. So now the option chain is loaded. I'm already up on this call. And I'm looking for this breakout to get in. I'm just holding on to this call I bought yesterday. It's only $5. And I'm really just focused on getting into a new call for 1 or 2 contracts for the break over all-time highs. And this moves fast. This moves really fast. So I'm just being patient, trying to wait. I know in the back of my head I have a little over $200 in buying power, so I can buy 2 contracts around $100. These $55 calls are looking pretty good. There's a good amount of volume on them. I mean, not volume, open interest. So there's a lot of contracts floating around, and then the volume does start to get up there. So I'm already up 100% on my call from yesterday, if you look down the bottom right. Excuse me. Yeah, I figured $5. I'll just YOLO it for $5. I'll just get in. Who cares if it expires? It'll be a $5 loss. But I said I'll just hold it overnight and see what happens. A lot of buying going on. Plus, like I said, there's probably a lot of people that shorted the stock that think it was going to sell off hard. And either they're going to start to take their profits or they're going to get squeezed out as this thing pushes up. And as people start taking their profits, they're going to start squeezing out those other people. On top of the buying, this thing's just very strong. A lot of volume. Yesterday was a number one highest volume yesterday, and it'll probably be the highest volume today too. So I thought about trying to get in there, and I was like, you know what, let me wait. Let me just wait it out. If it doesn't get up to all-time highs, then I'm just probably not going to take a trade on it. Five minutes looking really good. The 1 minute has some consolidation going on. Looks like a bull flag pattern formed. Up $6 on that call I bought. So it's 120% on that. And here we go. Man, it just, I'm not fast. I tried getting in right there. Didn't even come close. Tried getting in at 78. Forgot to change my order, my limit order. So it's kind of like a false breakout. Tapped over all-time high, made a new high. 52.95. Why those are different? That's kind of weird. 52.95. So I got in right there. No, I didn't. Did I? Yeah, I did. So I got in right there for the push over all-time highs. And now I'm in both contracts. So you know what? I ended up taking my profit on that first contract. I just sold market because I got scared on this red candle on the 1 minute that it was just going to be a test of all-time highs and then fail down below pre-market. But it's holding above. And I'm up 200% on that other contract. So I could have got out. I hit the sell. Let me just back that up. So I was up 22. I should have had my order ready. 24. I should have hit the sell right there. As soon as I saw red, I should have hit it, but I waited. I waited for it to sell off a little bit more. Just because I'm trying to get the scalping technique, so I really don't want to hold to this candle. Because this candle could fail. Of course, it could go back up. The next candle could open and it could rip to $60. But, you know what? I really don't want to get in the habit of taking that risk. If I was up 24 and then it drops to 14 and I lose $10 but I still get out profitable, I'm still happy. This contract, on the other hand, is a little different because I bought it yesterday. I bought it way lower than the price is now. I bought it in the high 40s, maybe around $48, $49. So it's a 2-cent spread on this. I want to set a limit price and just let it sell right there instead of selling at market. Just because the spread is going from 1 cent to 4 or 5 cents on this. So I could really get screwed. So I bought for 5 cents. And if I can sell it for 20, I put the order out there for 20 cents. If it could pop up and fill me at 20, I'll be happy. There goes the price. The ask at 19. Ask is at 20. Just need the bid to hit 20. So I'm not going to get filled on the ask. There it goes. So the ask went to 21. I got filled right in between the ask and the bid. So on those two contracts, I'm up 26.53 for the day. So let me exit out of this. So I bought that contract yesterday around 250 for, this is a 5-minute candle. So in between, I think I bought it around the top side of this candle. So I'd say around 48.50. And then I sold it around 53. So that's a 5-point move right there from yesterday. And that's with one contract, $5 contract. I made $15 on that. Yeah, so as you can see, when I got filled at 20, bam. So I get filled 290%. I made on a $5 contract. I made $15. So I did better on this one $5 contract that cost me $5. It was a 5-cent contract than I did today scalping. I could have done better with that scalp if I caught it at the top of this candle. But you know what? It is what it is.